What is our father like? The words echo off the walls of the Temple of the Unheard Tempest. You can hear crashing waterfall just far in the distance. Adelaide's voice is small, holding back the weakness balled up in her throat. You made a promise with Selk before you left that you would have a conversation she wasn't able to have with her daughter. And those words, that single question, invokes deep and echoing feelings. She kind of musters herself up again and looks you in the eye and says, I'm sorry to... I never knew him, and I suppose until today I always thought... Do you know him?
No. Not really. I've met him once.
Auda is further back in the room, just kind of sat, his hands wrung together, keeping silent. Unsure of if he should add anything to this conversation. When you met him, was he kind? You feel this shiver run down your spine. Cold, unfeeling wind that just... Even in this enclosed space, you can feel it rushing over you. It's the wind you face in the present day currently. And it's the same wind that you remember being far too strong all those years ago. That day, the forge, your father closed it. When the wind is too strong, the chance of being burnt by an errant flame is also quite high, which is a shame, as he was meant to teach you how to smith some of the best shields in the land, one like the shield he would hang over the mantle. You remember sitting with your father, the wind howling outside as you just enjoyed each other's presence. You remember the sound of the windows buckling at the pressure, and the thought of it seems as though they could break and force open at any moment before they actually crash open, filling the room with a deafening gale. Then you remember the man who appeared from nothing. Enormous, imposing. You remember your father standing in his path. And you remember that behemoth calling you son. We find ourselves in that moment. The wind fills this small space, deafening, as you just recently turned 17, 18. You watch your father stand in front of a hulking figure. Leave this place. I don't know who you are, but if we have money, you can take it. Just don't hurt us. And is cut off as he is flung against the sidewall and crashes with the slightest movement. The lengths your mother went to hide you from me, my son. He begins to step towards you.
What do you, what?
To think she left you in the hands of a mortal being, to be tainted by weakness. No longer. He kind of kneels down and extends his hand out to you.
Come where?
To take your true place. So that you may stop slopping with peasants. As he turns and looks at the crumpled man against the wall.
What did you do to him?
Do you feel care for this one?
It's my dad. What do you mean?
What a joke. This one, your father, my son, a lowly blacksmith's child, living in squalor, a servant. He has done well to hide you, to keep you fed, but he is not your father. He has his hand extended, and he says, "You are destined for greater things. Child of mine, you carry purpose far beyond what this mortal can offer you." The man's face is stoic, stone, just staring at you with eyes that feel as though they're crushing you. But it's no matter now. I'm here.
What do you want?
He looks at you. He tries to meet your gaze with his eyes. I seek to show you just how powerful you are. To show you just how high you're meant to go.
How powerful I am?
He kind of cocks his head, and he stops extending his arm in invitation and grabs your arm as you feel this kind of cold grip as your entire arm is just grasped in his hand as he's almost crushing it. As you feel the wind pick up in the room and a whirlwind just begin to take the inside and then settle. He pulls back from you. What is this? It's not right. You are my child. You were meant to be the one who... You're weak. There is no power in you. I don't feel the usurper's blessing. I feel nothing. What did she do to you?
What did you do to him?
His yell cracks like thunder into the room as you see rage fill his eyes in a moment's notice. He grips his fist, takes a deep breath, and looks down at you. I thought I'd finally found the one. I thought the heir was within my grasp. But it seems I was wrong. You serve no purpose to me, he says as he raises his fist, and you see wind and thunder begin to crackle around it as he pulls it back. Your father stands in front of you. The shield on the mantle he holds with both hands, blocking the fist using every last ounce of strength. And he pushes off the behemoth and pulls from his belt a dagger. One that you recognize. One that he's kept on him these past few years. One that he keeps sharp and close at all times. You can still see where you messed up the hilt. As, without words, he takes the dagger and plunges it into the side of the behemoth, who just looks down at it. He grabs Elliot's arm and raises him high in the air. The dagger clatters as you see the flesh around it turn to mist. He looks towards you. Remember this sight, son. Remember what your weakness has wrought. A lance, a halberd, a spear with the blade of an axe of air. Your father looks down at you. He's shaking. But he smiles. Be strong, son.
Please. No.
I'm proud of you.
If you were strong, you could have protected him.
If you had honed that which I painstakingly stole from the gods to give you. But now, this is the portion of the weak. The path your mother chose for you. I see no storm in you. No usurper, just a hollow shell that brings a stain upon my name. I sought you with hope in my heart. But now I leave with nothing but disappointment and blood on you and my hands. A waste of my time. He turns and begins to leave. Stepping through the door, what do you do?
Wait.
He turns his head, only slightly, stopping in the doorway.
He said that you can make me more powerful.
I'm afraid I was wrong. You do not carry my blessing. We will not meet again. He steps out of the blacksmith's house, crumpled inward by wind and storm. Lightning flashes in the distance, and the dark corner of the house is lit up, revealing the still body of your father.
Adjnor would run up to the body. Please. This can't be real. This can't. Please come back. I'm sorry.
There's no response. The wind howls. It washes over you, cold and unfeeling. And in that marketplace, you feel it wash over you again. And that memory replays, as vivid as the day that it happened. I will ask you again. Does Azaram turn around?
No.
The wind rushes past you. Ladara holds Alna in front of you, who is stunned. He does not feel what you feel. But in that moment, it's clear what will happen if you turn around. You choose not to. As the wind gathers towards the entrance of the Colosseum, heavy footsteps that fade into the entry hall, and then the wind with it. What do you do?
Azaram would be... He's gonna be pretty stunned. Fear, shock, just kind of completely frozen. And then eventually I think he would stumble up to Auda. And he would probably just look him in the eyes. Did you feel that?
I don't know. Kind of in a daze for a moment. Feel. And then kind of sees your eyes and kind of puts his hands on your shoulders. Are you alright?
He's here.
No, God.
You see Auda's face drop. His eyes widen. And his hands are shaking. We have to go. We have to get out of here. Azaram, we have to go. We must.
Damn it. I saw him.
You saw him?
I thought that I saw...
You saw him?
I didn't know for sure, but I was going to tell you. But I just...
You didn't.
I wanted...
You didn't.
I wanted to get you out of here. I knew... I didn't know what you would do.
We didn't want you to get hurt. And I don't want you guys to get hurt. Phil's in there. I don't think he's after Deville. He's after anyone that's close to me. We don't know that for sure.
Call Deville. Tell him to get out. You have the necklace. Tell him to get out. Tell him to meet us. I'm sorry. She doesn't look at either of them in the eye. It just happened.
Auda's just staring down at his hands, and you see that his sort of staff has dropped to the floor at this point as he's struggling to breathe.
Listen, we're not gonna let anything happen to either of you, alright? Me, Ladara, Dresden, Deville. You are our friends, and we are going to keep you safe. We should get out of here.
Lenora picks up the staff.
I don't know. It's just his head is darting around, looking for exits, looking for a way to leave, as if he just wants to run.
She'll put a hand on his shoulder and be, breathe.
I can't.
Okay, then we need to go. Come on.
We have to go. We have to go. He's going to hurt us.
Can you walk them out?
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to walk them, like, somewhere that's not here. Anyway.
If they come with us, of course.
Yeah.
Ezra, Auda is going to follow. Just anybody.
Are we still in the Coliseum? Or are we
You are out on the outskirt. You're the outside, like near all the vendor stalls and the stands and such. The concession stands, everything along those lines, in this little extra part of the market that forms outside of the Coliseum.
Did Azram see them walk in?
As you felt them walk in, you could tell. As soon as you felt that wind, you could feel. You knew exactly who was there. And you knew exactly when he was out of eyesight. When he was away from you.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
We'll walk into the market.
Well, let's go somewhere quiet.
You walk down the thoroughfare, through the forest path, still buzzing with the crowd, speaking in awe of the figure that passed by not minutes ago. Hushed breaths of both fear and admiration, of titles, the first legatus of the Farron Prince, the champion of the Isle of Trium. And yet, it all just sounds like noise to you. You begin to walk, making your way through, feeling that wind in the air, though no one else can. Till eventually you find yourself a good distance from the Coliseum. Well, how far do you go? Into the Witch Market?
Probably just far enough to get to a quiet place that's secluded.
Would Azram try to send a message to Deville? Because
honestly, I don't think that he probably... Like, he would want to in theory, but I don't think that he could, like, figure out even, like, what to say and, like, would be able to compose himself and not enough.
Mm-hmm. Then would you want Vincent to?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, while we're walking, I will send a quick message.
Sure. What's your message say? It's a tough one.
So I don't know what to send it. He'd be like, can you please come with me?
It'll probably be something
please.
Probably be something like, we need you outside as soon as possible. Code red. Don't get caught. Don't be seen. And then give an approximation of where we are.
You...
Like by the lemonade stand or something.
You get a reply, which is, oh, for the love of God. It's...
Sorry.
I don't even know. I'm on my way.
Okay, perfect.
You hear Deville's exasperated voice.
Then I will tell Azram that Deville is coming. I told him to be safe.
You all make your way down through the thoroughfare enough to get away from the crowds at the Witchwood Market and away from the crowds at the Coliseum, ending up around the halfway point between the two, where things have kind of cleared out and the path is just... There are little sitting areas where there are, little spring fountains that are there just to calm the guests and to have something nice to look at maybe when you're completely sloshed watching a snag race.
We need that.
And there is just a small place off the side of the road, not far from the vision that you were given, Azram. As you all are sat there, Auna just kind of has gone very much non-responsive, non-verbal. His hands are shaking. He can barely hold the staff, and every time that you try to lead him by hand or to put a hand on him, he just kind of bats you away without even realizing, as he wrings his hands and mutters under his breath, "What do you three do?"
Probably sit in silence for a second.
Yeah.
Let everybody
Yeah.
decompress.
Yeah.
Let
Ladara
Auna
was
take a
looking
breath.
completely far away from
Let them
both
talk
of
when they
their-
want. Yeah.
From both of their eyes.
You take a moment. I will say that you are sat there for 30 minutes in silence as cheerful crowds pass by. The events of the past hour just moved on in their head as they rush on to see who is going to win in the what seems to be the final lap of the race coming up soon. But rushing down the path with food and drink in arms, Deville is coming through in his cloak. You see this like the scrawny sun elf running down. It took me forever to find you all. What are you doing?
Hey.
Azram? Hey, Azram. And kind of puts
I'm like,
everything
read
down.
the room.
What's wrong? Are you all right? He just kneels down to your level.
Azram would probably still be like shaking, his hands shaking.
I look at Deville and I shake my head no. I'm like, it's bad. Like, that kind of a...
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. You can talk to me. Is it all right?
He's here.
Who's here? Who?
Do you want us to tell him? That make it better? Or no?
My father.
Eyes go wide. She leans back and looks over at Auna. Looks over at Azram. And looks at you two. I understand.
I can't go back there.
We don't have to. Alright, we'll find another way. Okay? We need some time. Why don't we go? Somewhere else.
Where can we go?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I can tell someone that we're just leaving to hopefully the merriment will be understanding that we're not sticking around for the last bits of the race. I don't know.
They were with him. Why is he here?
I don't know. Your father was with the merriment. Listen, it's okay. You don't have to talk about it. We just need to find you're safe. He's not coming for you.
Then why is he here?
I don't know, but he's not coming for you and he won't get you.
Oh my god.
All right. Why don't we just step back into Lunastra? Somewhere where we're far from the Colosseum far from him.
Azram is like, starting to kind of pull it together. Deville's calmed him down a little bit. And he's like, I know we have... maybe we have to go back. Don't we have a race tomorrow? Don't we have...
It's not as important. It is not as important.
Alright, they'll understand if we pull out of a race, Azram.
We can't pull out of the race.
What do you mean? I know that it's tough.
No, we can't.
What? Why?
Maybe we should go somewhere else.
What are you talking about? Did something happen?
Yeah.
Maybe this is something then we should talk without prying eyes.
Should we head back to our room?
We could. Is there a way that you can make somewhere safe for us to talk, Vincent?
I suppose. It would take me a little bit of time. We should probably get out of eyesight of, them.
Maybe we'll nip into the forest or,
Oh,
safe place.
I don't know if the woods is much safer, but I guess anything's better than this, right? Sure, yeah, let's go. Let's find a nice clearing.
You don't move extremely far. You don't travel for like a mile or so, but you do kind of duck into the Witchwood Forest for a bit. And a little bit away from the beaten path.
Go ahead and cast my little sanctum.
You find yourself in a small nook of trees that are all gathered. The branches themselves are interesting to look at. They bend and curve and twirl in interesting patterns, and the pastel flora above just shifts like in shimmering colors above you. It's quite beautiful.
I'm keeping an eye out.
And with time, you feel the sanctum envelop you all. You feel the presence, the eyes taken off of you in that moment.
So what's happening?
Oh, okay. Well, how do I say this? I ran into someone too.
Who? Azram, who did you run into?
Her good old friend, Garrick.
Oh, fucking way.
Her face immediately drops and hardens.
Kidding.
What did you just say?
Yeah, he's at the Coliseum too.
Where? I'm sorry. Garrick is here.
Yeah. In the flesh, actually.
And you saw him.
Yeah.
You didn't want to mention that.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy being traumatized by my fucking dad as soon as I walked out the door.
Azram!
What were you gonna do, Ladara? Cause a scene in the middle of the Coliseum?
Enough, Dresden.
I'm gonna kill him.
I think we're gonna kill both of you. I'm there with both of you.
Everyone just...
Where's calm emotions when you need it?
There is... Well, you know who has it.
I know!
He's not here.
Where's Renair?
Dresden sort of speaks up. I understand why you didn't tell us. And I understand what you're feeling too, Ladara.
She looks fucking angry. She looks fuming, mate. She is at this point like stood up and kind of just like pacing back and forth.
You see Dresden sort of through gritted teeth say, but you have to understand why. I believe Azram probably wouldn't want to share that. because of the response we're both having right now, he says, his hands twitching as they play along the hilt of a dagger.
So, all right. Bad news. Terrible news. I'm so sorry to all of you.
It gets worse. Oh, wait. There's more.
How could it possibly get worse, Ezra?
Ladara, I'm gonna need you to chill. I'm not Garrick. I don't need you taking your anger out on me.
She takes a step back.
Ezra, I wish we are doing as best as we can, considering that we are now confronted with the choice of leaving right here and killing the man that put us through years and years of turmoil.
And you think I don't understand what the fuck you're going through, Dresden?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that her response is natural in this situation. It's hard to be rational when presented with something like this. Continue.
Garrick showed up with his little hand to go ahead and let us know that the merriment is working, and I guess you could say against us, and that they know about your friends, and that they're planning on trying to dispose of us tomorrow during the race.
How do you know he wasn't lying? Just to get you to do what he wants.
Does sound like him, yeah?
He wants us alive. He wouldn't lie to us. So he knows. He knows about them.
Of course he knows about them.
Well, obviously he knows about them, but there was just a little hope. I had a little bit of hope that maybe this time.
He wants us to make it through the race alive. For some ulterior motive, I'm sure. He says that he also is against the ferryman. So I think he wants our help.
Of course he's against the ferryman.
Now he's gonna use us.
He wants power, and the ferryman has power. It's just two assholes going against each other.
Well, he did give me a clue. This sick little twisted game.
Well, for what?
What the ferryman's identity was. Where to find out what the ferryman's identity is. And that's where Auda and I were heading.
Alone? Of course. Why am I not surprised? Ezra always has to take everything and do it himself.
You know we weren't gonna just let you go by yourself.
We
was gonna just
never-
follow you.
I cannot...
I knew something was wrong.
I know. She takes a deep breath. I know why you did that. I know why you were going to do that. But Azram, that's a stupid thing to do. We can all do it together.
Yeah, and then we can all die together too. And they can put our graves next to each other, and then we can all just live fucking happily
I'd
ever
rather a
after in
soul
hell.
go than you. Than just you. I'd rather die next to you than to be at your funeral, Azram.
Well, I would rather more of us survive. So sorry.
Azram, you don't get to choose who cares about you.
So where is it? What is it? We can go together.
It's actually pretty close by.
Vincent looks around.
It's through the forest.
How's Auna looking right now?
Auna's completely tuned out. Auna's just sitting, head in hands. His breathing is slowed down slightly.
Auda?
Oh no, you're right.
Auda? You can...
I'm sorry. Where is he? Is he gone?
Ladar will go and crouch next to him. He's not here. He's not gonna hurt you. Or us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened.
Auda, if you kind of like looks at his bag, like Auda's bag, and is like,
Oh no. Takes a deep breath and looks up. I suppose then that they know now, as Auda has very much been in his own head this entire conversation. I'm sorry, Ladara. I was keeping something from you. But if I can be selfish, until this is done, I'd like to keep this from you a little longer. I know it sounds terrible.
What are you talking about?
I learned I have something that is meant for you. But I'm afraid of what will happen if I give it to you. I want to. Then he kind of looks further into the forest. But I don't know if it'll do more harm than good. And maybe it's not my choice. But if waiting protects you even a little bit, I want to wait. It's your choice, though.
I trust you.
He's caught off guard by your words. He just looks you in the eye.
She looks finally in his eyes. She hasn't been able to this whole time.
Yeah.
I trust you completely. If that's what you think, then I can wait.
Okay. Now backs up. What do we do?
part of me wants to run away and scream and cry and go home and tuck myself in bed.
Understandable.
But we still had a mission, didn't we?
We did. We do.
These people are always following us. They always will be. But we have each other. Right?
I changed my mind. I want to go kick his ass.
Don't say those words, Vincent.
Oh, because I will.
No, yeah, I agree.
She looks but she looks really serious when she says that last part. She was like, no, but I will if you say so.
No, exactly.
You want to take a vote?
No, we shouldn't. Because
I know we shouldn't.
It's like if y'all don't stop.
Is DeVille there too? DeVille's with us, yeah.
DeVille
Is there? Isn't
he? He went with us, right?
Yeah, DeVille's there. DeVille, at first just to give you a read on Deville's emotions. You can make an insight check. If you
Oh my god, I would
love to.
Or
I would absolutely love nothing more than Jesus.
Make an insight check too, just for fun, because I want to play
just a little.
too.
I want to play D&D.
Sure.
17?
17. What'd you get?
A natural 1, but it's a 20.
Oh
It's
my
a 20.
God. And
13.
Deville's emotions are complicated. Vincent, you pick up on. You're able to kind of keep your focus on everyone in the
Yeah,
situation.
he's kind of a
because
mediator.
For the first time, you're not the person who's overstimulated. Everyone else.
everyone else.
We're all like
Vincent's the
rocking on the
level-headed
floor.
one.
You're the.
Vincent's
yeah.
like, no, hold on. Arms crossed. He's like, no. Azram, apologize to the dog.
Vincent is the level-headed one here.
He's got to pick up Renair's weight.
Yeah, you're really
Carrying all
kinda-
the sunshine on his back.
Deville's overwhelmed, of course. There's a moment where he's hurt when he realizes that Azram had lied to him earlier about where he was going. He was going to go on his own. But there's also a quick realization of, this isn't really about him, and this situation wouldn't gain anything from him expressing that. And also, he can understand the motives as to why everything's happening. And he's just kind of resigned to listening. And at the last part of knowing that this race is a slow march of inevitability towards a predetermined end, he feels again like a fool. The same kind of expression he gave the first time that he sent you all on a mission and you came back bloodied and beaten by, people he didn't account for. He's not sure what to do, and he's thinking his way through it. He's not completely in shock, but he's trying to think his way out of the situation currently. And
When we say we want to
do
kick Usu's ass, what does he do?
he's kind of lost in thought, and then he kind of shakes his head, and he's like, "What? No, we can't. No, it's not.
But he sucks.
I know he does.
It's terrible.
You're pretty strong.
What did
Can't
we-
you just take him out?
What? What name?
We're all pretty
Wait.
strong.
Sue? If your last name, Carr, comes from your real father, or you're not your blood father, and Essen comes from your father, your
Biological father.
Sue Essen.
Do you know who that is?
That makes no sense.
What do you mean?
If it is who it is, then I'm sure there's many people named Usu Essen, but there's one famous Usu Essen in the world. I need to think. As Deville kind of stands up and says, and if he is who I think he is, then fighting him is off the table. Completely.
What do you mean? What do you know?
It's not something I personally know. It's just keeping up with current events.
He's
The right hand of the Varen Prince, the first legatus, also happens to be named Usu Essen, which isn't a very common name.
well, that's him. I heard it. The people in the crowd were saying it.
What is the first legatus doing at a merriment-sponsored event? No, we can't think about that right now.
Okay, I guess we aren't gonna fight him.
Did you know that?
Auda, I didn't know anything of Father's life outside of training. He would come to the temple, he would train and oversee us, and then he would leave. I didn't know. And Till says, I'm not going to talk about it. But the option is off the table. We can't fight him.
What do you mean it's off the table?
Because I know, just from what Auda has told us, that he's dangerous. But now, history serves as evidence to back that up. He has risen through the ranks of the Varan military, the principalities, the entire eastern coast of Afra, as a conqueror. He single-handedly took the Isle of Trium from the primeval wilds. He is known as a strategical genius and a force of nature on the battlefield. For us to think that we can best him without a plan, I'm sorry, it's just not possible.
So we run and hide.
No.
I'm not running and hiding.
I think
I've been looking for him.
I don't say it as a bad thing. I think it's a good idea. Save yourself to fight again another day when you're stronger. Deville has a point.
Are you saying I'm not strong enough now?
That's why I didn't tell you.
Unfortunately, he would probably kill you. That doesn't make you a lesser person. In fact, you're a better person than he could ever be. In my opinion.
Fine.
You sit in the sanctum on the road. Off the side of the road, in the forest, hidden from the eyes of the merriment, the portion of the weak. The words echo in your head for a moment. As Deville speaks and says, I shouldn't have brought it up. Sorry, I was shocked. You said there's somewhere we need to go to have a fighting chance tomorrow.
Yeah. It's, this way. So, I don't know, he just showed me this vision. It's over there, I guess.
If we're gonna get our asses into merriment business, we should be prepared for what's gonna happen.
Getting on a town's bad side is something we're best at, right?
I mean, I can go in and disguise myself and just try to get the info and dip.
If you're feeling up to it.
If you want, I can take a head start and check out the area. Scope it out before, so we have an idea.
No, I think I can help. Okay, just gotta hit record. Beans!
Wake up, heretic.
You're still calling me that after all this time?
Got word from the sage. The execution date's been set. Finish up any business in there before we take you to the Triumph Chamber.
Execution date? Dang, that's a bummer. Before you drag me out of here, can you give me 1 second? I'm in the middle of recording and the blood's starting to rush to my head, so I really need to get this done.
Dang. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Take your time.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, he is a really nice guy once you get to know him. Anyways,
Thank you for listening to episode 54 of Soft Pod. I'm in a little bit of a bind and will need to talk my way out of another sticky situation, but hey, things could be worse. First of all, go ahead and check out our giveaway on our social media to see who won. Dungeon Depths, never going to get used to that. Dungeon Depths helps us run these giveaways, and this week they are giving away 3 Lightning Star Song decals to 3 lucky winners. So go check it out to see if you won. Speaking of Dungeon Depths, just going to talk through it. They are our sponsor for the show. ShopDungeonDepths.com to find dice, apparel, stickers, soft pod merch, you name it, honestly. Use code SOFTPOD, SOFPOD, at checkout for 10% off of your order. Thanks so much, Dungeon Depths. This show is also sponsored on the Roll20 Spotlight. You can check them out at roll20.net. This show is also sponsored by you, the patrons. Thank you so much. I don't know if this realm of existence takes regular US dollars as bail or something along those lines. Probably not. Hopefully this fungal society has a currency transfer somewhere. But your Patreon helps us keep the show running and might help me in just a few hours. I'm going to read out some names from our honorary bard tier before I pass out. Thank you to Marifa, Katie Seitz, Roanoke, Faye, Isella, and Carrie. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. I wish I was celebrating with you all above ground and not in this mushroom-filled cell. But if you don't already know, we posted some templates made by Lavender. Thank you so much for your templates, your amazing Salankari templates, in the softboard and on our social media that you can color in. This idea actually came from Isa and Ankh Fenra in the softboard, so thank you so much for your amazing idea. It's just a great way to bring the community together on this Salankari day to make some beautiful snails.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the sponsored sage will see you now. Wrap it up.
That is looking like my cue. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and rate this if you're on a podcast platform. Thank you so much, and I hope I'll see you next week. Bye.
Azram's idea is good. A disguise is necessary in order to proceed from here, especially if we're actively going against what the Merriment wants. Something to disguise you all.
Right.
I can do that. As Deville kind of picks up and says, I will go on my way back after this. I don't think I'm in danger. I would not know how your father would know of our relation. But I can at least keep Merriman's suspicion off of us by attending the final parts of the race. Making a show and perhaps schmoozing a bit, as it were. But you all can continue ahead. Okay, gather around. You all gather, and Deville casts Seeming on you. It's a level spell.
Fuck yeah.
It completely is a lasting disguise for 8 hours. That doesn't go down when you use actions.
Wow.
It is a full disguise, and is gonna even throw in an augment roll for him to see if he can make it even harder to like see through it.
Ooh.
And that is enough, thank God.
It's like, you're gonna need it.
I know, you're gonna need it. So,
What do we look like? Sexy?
he's
Cool.
really trying to think of like...
Better make a sexy DeVille, I swear to God.
I want to be cool.
Deville
Be
can make
hot.
me ugly.
DeVille's head is swimming with thoughts of trying to figure out what to make everyone look like. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you.
I can't wait to see what he picks.
He can only...
Oh no.
There's only a few figures he's been watching that
Oh god.
that
Stop
really
it.
are stuck in his mind.
Stop
as
it right now. I'm gonna scream.
you all look around with the visages of the snag racers. So you have, if you'd like to take your pick between the ones,
Michelle.
Geronimo Johnson, Miss Shell, Sucret in the Whirling Dervish, Shelly Speed in the Slimy Demons, the Masked Rider, or
I want to be
Isaac
the
in
Masked
Little Slimy.
Rider.
Perfect. That means that Auna is going to be
Don't make it Geronimo, please.
I'm drunk.
Nice.
Auna,
Picked immediately.
Auna is
Claimed.
probably the Fire Genasi, Isaac, and the Little Sluggies, and that means
One
that
missing.
Dresden is the Shelly Speed and the Slimy Demons. As there's like illusory slime dripping off. He's like, what the? Oh my!
That's rancid.
What? What is?
Why do? Oh my God.
We
Are we
look-
the? Are we?
Geronimo.
Am I?
I'm
Crazy
sorry.
seeing you all here.
Uncanny.
It was the first thing that popped in my head. I couldn't
Oh
think of
my
good
God.
disguises.
It's almost as if we needed to have disguises of people didn't know around here, but this is fine too.
No, but the thing is that they're racing. There's no way that they would think that these snag racers are committing whatever it is that you all are about to commit.
They're also gonna know that they shouldn't be here, that that's not actually done.
Exactly, but they won't know who they are. It's more of a confusion tactic than a...
Sure.
I'd rather not put people that are possibly real in danger. And we have an uncanny ability of disguising ourselves as people who then turn out to be real people.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
But this...
Yeah, like Mr. Geronimo.
You can still sound like yourself, Astrid.
No.
If it makes them feel better.
You're right. Never mind.
There's someone in this world that talks like that. There's a person on the speaker, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
one.
goodness. Well, it's uncanny. It fits a little too well. He says he looks over at Azram. Listen. All right. From here, you all break from here, catch their attention, make your way to where you need to go. I will stealth away. In fact, I can, make myself invisible to get back to the Colosseum.
Damn, really?
Yes.
Can you teach me how to do that? Not now, obviously.
Okay, I will. I'll
Can't you
teach you.
just make yourself invisible and then go and kill everyone?
Well,
Azram has
everyone is.
So much faith in DeVille.
It's something
He's the
just
strongest, hottest man I've ever met in my life.
something just tells me it's not going to work out like that. I will make myself. I will make my way back to the crowd, blend in, get back to my seat with maybe a refilled bucket of popcorn and drinks, and they will not know that anything has gone wrong. Surely they've been watching us for an extended period of time, but at the same time, I'm not so sure it's that easy to keep tabs on every single important person that's in that Coliseum right now. So, our bet is that from here on out, no merriment eyes on you all.
Right.
Thank God.
And just, you know this, but avoid that man at all costs.
I have no intention of picking a fight.
Just don't even be seen if you can.
Of course.
If you see Garrick, however, tell him I said hello.
Oh, don't worry, he's in
Hi.
disguise.
As
Of
well.
course he is.
You'll never guess, actually.
Oh my god. DeVille looks at you all and says, this game that they've been playing has been rigged against us from the start. They expect us to lie down and die tomorrow. But everything I know about this group, you all are extremely, extremely stubborn.
This is true, yeah.
So, I say we take this as an opportunity to turn things around. The odds are stacked against us, and it seems that's when we work best. I won't do anything stupid on my end. So, please, follow my example.
I would never. Why were you looking at me like that, Ladara?
I wasn't looking at you anyway.
I would never do that.
You don't... Oh, you're so...
Why did I have to be the slimy one? Dresden says he's like trying to wipe away illusory slime. It's like, I didn't have time to pick. Oh, right.
See you soon.
Stay safe. Come back alive.
We will.
Debatable.
We will.
We'll try.
We will.
Optimism. We
I'm
will.
trying it out.
Oh, why am I so worried? Deville.
Vincent's gritting his teeth. He's like, we will.
Ladara looks pained. She's like, we will. Because I'm being optimistic.
Deville just... looks at you, Azrim, and says, I promise I will be safe. And I will be here when you come back.
Me too. I promise to.
And next time you do something dangerous, just tell me.
Didn't do anything.
You were planning on it, and that's okay. And I love you. But next time I will come with you.
Vincent, looks at
Vincent.
We're both like
silently like, oh.
Next time I will be with you. I won't ask questions.
Okay.
This is a hot mess.
Now go. Before I change my mind. Deville goes invisible. And you see this kind of...
We go.
Before we leave the sanctum, we should probably do a little planning.
I can still go ahead and check it out if you need me to.
Okay.
Scope it out, and then I'll come back.
Azrim explains the decorations.
Okay.
Azrim
they have like nice art on the wall.
No. Azrim explains the directions that he has.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. So, I guess we'll do a little wham bam slam again. Ladar
just
checking
gonna
it out.
wing it again.
Well, Ladar, you could check it out, and then me and Azrim are good at lying, sort of. You're better than me, but I can also do it if I need to. Dresden, are you good at lying? Can you disguise yourself? Oh, you're disguised. I'm stupid.
He's very slimy.
Possible one. Somehow, even though I can't feel it, the slime still moves realistically.
At least
I
you don't
think
have
it
to
really
look at
suits you.
Oh,
What is that?
damn.
What is that? I just want to know. For my own reference. Am I a slimy guy?
Maybe you'll get used to it. I don't know.
All right, Slimy, are you good at lying?
Yeah, you are what you eat. You were hitting the slime earlier, dude.
It was good.
Yeah, the slime's not so good anymore, huh?
It's different.
Maybe if you weren't fucking licking the bottom of a snail, you would get a cooler person like me.
We're done
All
talking
right,
about
maybe
it.
we
We're
should get
done.
back on topic.
It's like best friends with him now. Geronimo, he loves him. Geronimo Stan #1. So, all right, check it out first if you'd like.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go. It's fine.
I'd like to go with you, and I won't slow you down.
You better not.
Oh no. Looks.
Insight check.
Ladara kind of... I will say Ladara standing a little farther away from him. She just feels a little awkward.
Oh,
My
yeah.
insight check on Aona.
Sure.
Is he all right?
Yeah, is he alright? He's not alright. He's never alright. He's so sad.
21.
He's trying to kind of hide that he's not all right. He's still feeling the effects.
Okay.
His hand's still shaking a little bit, and he kind of combats that by, gripping his quarterstaff tightly. You can even, again, hear the wood just kind of like buckling under just the force of his grip as he just kind of buries his fingers there. But his face is stone.
Okay.
Just breathe. It'll be okay.
I'm fine.
Let's go.
And Auna and Ladara, you both make your way out of the sanctum, just making your way, following the directions that Azram told you. So we'll take a break. Auna and Ladara, you make your way through the forest, through twisting trees and these whimsical kind of undergrowth, these plants that are these like crystalline flowers that just creep out of the ground. It's quite beautiful. You follow the directions that Azram says, and as he says them, the instructions are a bit vague for you, though they begin to make sense as you begin to reach landmarks. So like, it almost kind of is a bit fairy tale-esque, like left at the babbling brook, between where the nook of the tree splits, and all of these different things. But it's very like Azram-esque explain, like, all right, so you're gonna turn left at this river, and then you're gonna go, and then
He's like very vaguely following these instructions. Like, what?
you and Auna are actually moving at a very quick pace through this. Like, I'm talking like tree to tree, like through the brush, like sliding beneath branches and such, and then leaping over obstacles, making your way as silently as you can, as you're sort of keeping pace with each other until you can see the last step where the light kind of begins to break through the forest clearing of this area. You begin to approach that edge with Auna. What are you doing?
Probably going to like inch her way and see as much as you can. Also, just kind of look around the premise and.
Well, first of all, both of you will make stealth checks just to see if this can work, and I can use Auna's new character sheet to do so. It's not very good.
Great. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Auna, get your shit together.
Auna's bestie over here.
Your little thing can also give the help action. Your little cat is there.
My little cat.
Your little cat can give the help action to either you or Auna.
She'll give it to Auna.
Oh, he really needed that. Okay,
Nice.
22.
Oh. Natural 20.
So
Plus 12. Plus 10, right?
Okay, 42. Okay. So 40, something over 30. You all get into position at the edge of the forest clearing and begin to kind of skulk your way around to get a better view. And what was described to you is there. A big top circus tent that takes up the middle of this clearing. There are wagons that are kind of posted up there, kind of similar to like a fairground of some kind, but the only people that kind of populate this area are merriment members. Though not as many as you would have expected. Currently, it seems... Let me actually roll to see how many would be left over. Because while this is a huge organization, they're not unlimited. You immediately... actually, make a perception check for me. See what you see. Auna also make a roll.
26.
Perception for Auna, 12. You both are keeping an eye out. You can see that kind of surrounding these carts, just kind of more relaxed than you've ever seen them. 5 merriment members are kind of sat around this fairground area outside. Far less than you were expecting for a place that would be harboring such a powerful secret. But you see them there. They seem somewhat on guard, but also not very on top of it currently. Probably because the way of getting here is just so convoluted that you're not entirely sure if they think anyone can get here. But you see the fairground area, you see the big top circus tent, you see the 5 merriment members sat out front. What are you doing?
She's probably gonna try and get close to them to try and listen to what they're saying. If possible.
Okay. Go ahead and make another stealth check. we'll let you do this.
19 plus 12.
19 plus 12, okay, 31. You sneak up, crossing the clearing to the side of one of the circus wagons that are there, and kind of creep around to the side, listening in to the conversation. And a lot of it just seems like chatter. People who are a bit tired and talking a little more freely than you've ever heard any Merriment member talk besides your friends. You hear one just sort of chatter and say, stuck out here on tent duties. You'd think that the dog would have it all covered. Why do we have to do this when everyone else gets to guard the Colosseum? And another one just kind of speaks up and is like, I don't know. Why even ask? It's not like you can question it anyways. Says, yeah, that's right. It's fair.
Dara always gets like the tea from these stars.
She does.
It's just boring, isn't it? Don't even get to watch. They don't give us a little screen. You think they could afford a pair of eye stalks for us just so we could see the match at least? And it's like, yeah. What are you good? Why don't you go ask the ferryman? Why don't you go ask the Feywalker? Go ahead and watch Go ahead and ask Feywalker Hades and see if there's going to be some eye stalks that they can go ahead and give us. All right. And I'm not trying to pick a fight. It's like, it's just tough for everyone here. All right. There's a lot of places that need to be watched and a lot of guests that are showing up to the finals. Okay, so everything's on tight security. And that means having a couple extra people stay back. All right, get it. Okay. Is there anything in particular you're listening out for as well?
Should probably be trying to figure out how many of them there could be. And she also would probably try to look around the entrance and just see how easy it is to get in.
Okay. So, taking a look towards the entrance, you can see that there are these like large circus tent flaps that are just slightly pulled apart there, kind of kept open. Doesn't look like anything too special to get actually in to the tent itself. They're talking, and they make the implication that they're there and that there may be more people inside, but one of them speaks up and is like, yeah, at least we were out here and not in there. I feel bad for those folk. They gotta keep it hush in there, or else who knows what'll happen. And said, yeah, so count your blessings, all right? At least you're not on fucking dog watching duty. As you're kind of sat there, what do you do? So yeah, the implication is that there's more people inside, but
she would probably try to look inside or see any way that she can see inside.
Okay. You creep back from the wagon and get along the edges of the circus tent. You can, make your way around the big top, eventually reaching the entrance flap. You can see that most of the merriment that are near the fairground and near the wagons are kind of preoccupied in conversation with each other, not really keeping an eye on the entrance, as you're able to just kind of slip in just slightly, just to see what's inside. Your eyes kind of adjust as you can hear in this kind of very dimly lit space. You can see that there are fairy lights that just dangle in like a spider web across the ceilings, just lighting this entire place in this kind of shimmering, somewhat dim light. You can see that the stripes of the circus tent are illuminated, and they are whimsical design everywhere of different posters of clowns and fey creatures and empty stands that all kind of surround this big auditorium. It's quite quiet in here, and you're able to kind of count out a few members, but you there is one noise kind of rises in the center. It's loud. It's just this kind of... And it comes in this kind of pattern where like...
Are you sleeping?
These enormous snores in harmony with each other. Multiple snores all happening at once. As you peek your head around the side, you can see that in the center of the big top, there is an enormous three-headed creature. Asleep there. And you feel a hand on your shoulder. What do you do?
Turn and put a dagger to their neck.
As you put the dagger to their throat, they just kind of...
What do you want? What do you want?
Ladara? The mask goes up. As Elise smiles at you. That's her wand.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah!